Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We're a few moments away from the Texas Tech Red Raiders news conference. We'll have head coach Chris Beard and student athletes Matt Mooney and Norins Odiase. They'll join us here in the main interview room. The other Texas Tech student athletes are available in the locker room. That's a 30-minute period. It'll begin certainly when Coach Beard arrives here in the main interview room. It may begin even a moment or two before that. We'll try to keep you up to date on that, as well as the Michigan State availability. It'll start with their open locker room for 30 minutes, and we'll also have Coach Tom Izzo here in the main interview room with a couple of student athletes from Michigan State as well. Don't know who those are yet. We should have some box scores in here. If you guys are you guys in need of box scores, or did you get them already? Okay, we'll see if we can get a member of the local organizing committee to run some box scores through here. We have one already. Outstandingly efficient. If you need a box score, raise your hand. I have a couple extra available for purchase up here. If you need one, raise your hand. When joining us in the main interview room, a couple reminders. Please silence your cell phone. Please refrain from any flash photography. No video recording as well, and that includes mobile phone video. Texas Tech has arrived. Their locker room is open for student-athlete availability. Hey, Coach. How you doing? Good. All right. I'm not sure. I think it's probably okay. Looks nutritious to me. Looks nutritious. We're joined now by Texas Tech head coach Chris Beard, as well as student athletes Matt Mooney and Norins Odiase. We'll ask Coach Beard to open things up with a statement. Then we'll take questions first for the student athletes. Coach.
Just on behalf of everybody in our program, I just want to congratulate Michigan State on another Final Four berth, championship season, and have so much respect for them. When you are in games like this and you have like a week to prepare, I basically watched every game Michigan State played this year, every interview, every article, and you just kind of really get to know somebody. And this is one of the class programs of all college basketball. So Coach Izzo's handshake and kind words to me after the game is something I'll never forget in my career. And so personally, that was pretty cool. In terms of our players, I'm just really happy for these guys. We knew we weren't going to out-tough Michigan State, but we wanted to try to match their toughness. And then in the basketball game, there were some things we had to get done. And we knew it had to be a low-turnover game. I think we had, maybe 1 or 2 turnovers in the second half, so that gave us a chance. Obviously, the basket got big for Matt. His teammates did a good job finding him. Norris played like an absolute warrior tonight when Tariq went down, so we had some big-time individual performances when we needed it most. But again, nothing but respect for Michigan State, and we're excited to live another day and get to play on Monday night.
Questions for the Texas Tech student athletes. If you have a question for Matt or Norins, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone in your direction. We have 2. Let's start. Sure, on the left of the aisle. Go ahead, Mike.
For both of you guys, Mike Barber, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Can you just speak to what was so effective for you defensively, limiting their field goal percentage, and then particularly the defense on Winston?
It was a combination of them missing some open shots. They're a great team, and just what we do every day, our toughness, our grit, to fight every 40 minutes, every possession. We just brought both. They're a great team, credit to them. They missed some shots, and we were able to capitalize on that.
On the right side toward the center of the room.
Jim Suhan, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Matt, what was it like shooting in an arena like this, and why do you think you had such a big night?
Well, You know, it's different for sure. We got here a couple days early, got to get used to it. You know, I had a great shoot around today, and you know, the basket just got big for me. You know, all week I've seen this verse, the scripture verse, Joshua 1:9, just coming up all the time, and it's, have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And, you know, I just really felt that verse tonight. Felt like he was there with us, playing out there on the floor. And, you know, just the basketball got big, and my teammates found me.
Up front on the right side, Jeff.
Jeff Goodman with Stadium. Matt, Air Force to South Dakota to the national title game. What does that feel like?
I can't explain it, man. It's been a heck of a journey. A lot of people have helped me get to this point, have helped me along the way, and you know, I'm living the dream right now. I'm so grateful I got another opportunity. I'm so grateful for this coaching staff believing in me, and these guys, my teammates believing in me and welcoming me into this program. You know, I love South Dakota. I love the people there, and I'm thankful for my experience at Air Force too. It's just been a journey.
Next question, center of the room.
Lucas Weiss, the last word on sports. Matt, congrats on the win. Can you speak about the support from Texas Tech School, from the fans? I mean, at the end of that game, it reached a pandemonium level from where I was sitting in the media.
Yeah, it was a pandemonium for sure, man. It was crazy in there. You know, our fan base is electric. You know, they've been with us since day one, since we got here, and you know, I know they were supporting last year, and they've been amazing. Just, I know flights to Minneapolis and tickets and everything was so expensive, but for them to come out here a long ways away from Lubbock, I know a lot of people that drove like 16 hours, and it just shows the support we got, and we're so thankful for that.
We're going to go to the fourth row toward the center. We're going to use that front left microphone.
Norrens, Joe Christensen, Star Tribune. They had no points from their post players in the first half. First of all, did that, as well as you expected to play, did that surprise you to shut them down? And what was the key?
They're great players, great interior players. They're tough, gritty. We just try to do a good job on them, slow them down as best as we can. Not just me and Tariq, but our whole team since we've switched. I thought our smaller guys battled. They really fought in there. Were able to help us keep switching the whole game, and it just helped us towards our game plan.
Continuing with questions for the Texas Tech student athletes, right in the center.
For both Norrens and Matt, Jared Johnson, InsideTheRedRaiders.com. When Michigan State made that 8-0 run, what did you say to each other, and how were y'all able to, you know, still get it done?
Norrens first, please, followed by Matt.
Stay poised. Be tough. Everything that helped us get to this point, we can't just let it go to waste just because in this game they made a run. We know they're a great team. The great teams are going to make runs at this stage in their journey. So we just got to stay poised, hunker down, remind ourselves that we're here for 40 minutes, not just that 4 minutes that they go on a run or 8 minutes, all 40. Stay tough, stay grinding, and it'll come out in our favor. So that's what we did.
And Matt.
No, we've been there a couple times this year. You know, teams have come back on us, made runs. You know, playing in the Big 12 is a great experience for moments like that. I mean, can't quite replicate the Final Four atmosphere and stuff like that, but, you know, we played a tough schedule, and one of the best leagues in the country got us ready for that moment.
Right side, left of the aisle, Mark.
Mark Herman from Newsday in New York. Matt, you had referred earlier about that conversation the coach had with the team about you've got enough talent to play the last Monday in the season. What made you believe him, and what do you think about that conversation now?
Yeah, he told us in the summer. I don't know if it was the first day, but it was early. He said, you know, we have enough in this gym, in this, you know, locker room right here to play in the final Monday night. And either coach is psychic or he might be psychic, because here we are on the final Monday night, and we just believed him. We believed in each other all year long.
All the way in the back to the right of the aisle.
For both players, Patrick Mahomes was in the building cheering for you guys. You know, what was that like, you know, knowing he was there? I don't know if you noticed him or not.
Norrens first, please, then
Oh,
Matt.
yeah. Pat is a great friend of mine. He supports us all the time, not just our basketball team, but our baseball team. Just everything that he is embodies a Red Raider. He's a great ambassador for our school. He always shows support. He's not fickle. He's grinding there with us. and it was a blessing to have him here, and it was really exciting for all the guys.
Matt, same question to you.
Yeah, pretty much what Norton said. It was pretty cool to have the MVP of the NFL on our side pulling for us, and he's a really great guy.
Was there a final question for the student athletes from Texas Tech? There's one on the left side in the back.
Choice Woodman, double T97.3 in Lubbock. This is for Norrance. Norrance, you had an injury that's kind of derailed you a little bit to have to redshirt. Do you look back at that as a blessing in disguise now?
Yeah, I think I planned it, so I'm here now. It definitely is a blessing. And the time, I knew it was something at the end of the tunnel. I'm a big believer in Christ has a big journey for me, a bigger plan for me. So when things like that happen, you just got to persevere and keep staying true to who you are. You can't get down. Whatever situation you're in, you just got to grind. And that toughness, luckily, it matches our program and everything we are here, so I'm thankful.
We want to congratulate Norrance and Matt and thank them for joining us here in the main interview room. They're going to head back to the locker room, which is still open for availability with all the Texas Tech student athletes. Questions for Coach Beard? If you have a question, please raise your hand. Let's start midway up the aisle on the right with Zach.
Where are you going, Goodman?
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Chris, Matt equaled a season-high 22 points. For him to do that on a stage like this, what does just say about what kind of player and character he has?
Well, he's obviously very, very talented. But the thing that really impressed me tonight was just his courage, just to be able to make those big plays and want to be in those moments. And when Culver was, I'm not going to say struggling a little bit, I think when Michigan State was focused on Culver so much, Matt had the courage to step up and take those shots, and he's making plays on both ends. I loved his poise tonight. He's a special player.
Next question's up in the front toward the center.
Weave.
The front left microphone, Matt. Go ahead, sir.
Kai McEwen, three-man weave. Coach, your team did so many good things tonight. What part of your game plan specifically do you think they best executed?
Well, it's the first thing I said in the opening statement. Sometimes from time to time we like to think that we can maybe out-tough an opponent. But in this game, that was not our objective. The very first thing I told the guys on would have been Sunday night maybe, right when we knew that Michigan State was the team we were playing. We had a little team meeting, and I said, guys, look, the objective is not to out-tough Michigan State. That's not going to happen. We're going to try to equal their toughness. We're going to try to compete in this game that Michigan State, one of the toughest teams in college basketball. Once we do that, then it'll become a basketball game. There's some things that we'll try to do to give ourselves a chance to win. So probably that. The thing I'm most proud of is I thought for 40 minutes we went, shot for shot with one of the all-time greats in college basketball, Michigan State.
On the right side, Jim.
Thank you. Congratulations, Coach. A two-parter, if you would. Number one, would you share with us the words that Coach Izzo said to you at the handshake? And then number two, in all your preparation, did you run into anything that surprised you for which you had to face, make adjustments, and it worked tonight?
Hey, Coach Izzo is just class. I mean, it's just kind of a surreal moment. And he just congratulated us, and he mentioned our toughness. And that word means a lot in our program. So in terms of the game and just adjustments, we knew that they've got a two-tone attack. They can go inside on you, and then obviously Cassius is special with the ball. So it was just picking and choosing moments. We threw a lot of punches out there tonight. We tried a lot of things on defense, and most of them worked. We were fortunate in that regard. I thought they missed a lot of shots that they normally make. But I do think you got to give our guys credit. We battled. We contested. Our objective was not to out-rebound Michigan State. It was just to be competitive and get our share. I thought tonight there were some times where we couldn't get the rebound, but we at least tipped it away from them. We just battled was what I was most impressed with.
Midway back to the left of the aisle, Mike.
Yeah, Coach Mike Barber, Richmond Times-Dispatch. I'm curious, just your initial thoughts, not breaking down X's and O's, but matching up with Virginia, two of the top three defenses in the country. Is that a victory for coaches that preach defense?
I'm not sure. I have a lot of respect for Virginia. I watch them on TV all the time, and we study the things they do defensively. I think their offense is really, really efficient and good, too. I've always thought, like, they're related. You know, like, you can't play great defense unless your offense contributes to that. We would be a great example tonight when we take care of the ball and we play at the right pace and tempo. It allows us to do the things we want to do on defense. I think Virginia's very, very similar. I think their offense is explosive, but it works together with its defense. And then just like all other college basketball fans, you know, from the heartbreak of last year to be playing in the national championship on Monday night, it's just it's a story that you pull for. Coach is first class. I don't know him that well, but we were at a Final Four banquet, I guess, 2 nights ago, and just it was pretty cool hanging out with him. Everything I hear about him is he's like one of the best guys in the whole business.
All the way back on the right side, Billy.
Billy Witz with the New York Times. Chris, the way Culver was struggling offensively, and he's in foul trouble, and he looked like his body language was, you know, he's a little down. What did you say to him to kind of keep him engaged, and then your confidence to kind of want the ball in his hands down the stretch?
Yeah, I just told him to stay the course and trust his teammates. You know, he's got guys out there that are ready to hit shots and guys out there to relieve the pressure. Then I thought in the first half I didn't do a very good job coaching. He wasn't getting the ball back much on the second touch. And against a good defense like a Michigan State, you're not going to score on the first touch. So I didn't think it was one of my better halves coaching offensively. Try to make some adjustments in the second half to help him. But the real message was to stay the course and trust his teammates.
On the left side.
Choice Woodman, Double T 97.3 Lubbock. Coach, when Michigan State went on that run at the end of the game right before the final media timeout, what did you say to your team in that media timeout?
Well, we work on 4-minute games every day, something we believe in. You know, we talk about there's 10 4-minute games in a college basketball game, and we want to try to win our share. And so that's what we wanted. We wanted a chance to beat them in the last 4 minutes. So regardless of what had happened up to that, we just cleared our minds and showed some poise and just said, hey, this is all we could ever ask for. You know, on the first day of practice, this is what we prayed for and hoped for, and here it is. So next play mentality. Let's try to make some adjustments. You know, and when they were making that run, I felt like maybe calling a timeout because with Tariq out, we were down to about 6-7 man rotation, but I thought that I might need the timeouts later on in the game for like press break or something. So I'm just glad it worked out. You know, it's one of those things coaches have to live with. If that run would have got us, then it would have been a long summer for me personally.
This will be the final question for Coach Beard. Right of the aisle, Reed.
Coach, Reed Forgrave with CBS Sports HQ. You understand the history of Texas Tech basketball and the unlikelihood of you guys playing for the national title. And I'm curious, for you guys to get to this point, did it have to be a group like this of under-recruited guys and scrappers and a team that really buys in on that sort of defense mentality?
Why do you think it's unlikely?
Because you guys haven't not considered a blue blood, picked 7th in the Big 12. Yeah, I wouldn't say this particular group is unlikely, but you know, given the history that Texas Tech's never made a Final Four before.
Well, I've only been the head coach at Texas Tech 3 years, so history's something you respect and study, but when you're in athletics and you're in competition, it's the team at hand. So last year we lost in the Elite Eight to the eventual national championship, you know, Villanova. So this year I think we're back on this stage. But, you know, I respect the question, but basketball is a team sport, you know, and you get guys believing they can do something. So Texas Tech has great tradition. We won the Big 12 regular season championship this year. We tied it with K-State, who had some bad injuries down the stretch, or they could easily be on this stage. So, you know, I'm not sure. I respect the question, but, you know, why not us? We got good players. We got a great university. We play in arguably the best league in the country. We won the Big 12 regular season title. We're a good team. We got good players. So, yeah, I mean, I think we deserve to be here, as do a lot of other teams. You got to get fortunate, but we did. But I'm looking forward to coaching these guys on Monday night.
We'd like to congratulate Coach Beard and thank him for appearing here in the main interview room. Coach, we'll see you again tomorrow. In just a moment, we'll have Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo and student-athletes Cassius Winston and Matt McQuaid. The Spartan student-athletes that do not appear here in the main interview room are available in the Michigan State locker room. Michigan State has arrived. They're coming into the interview room now. That also means the Spartan locker room is open for student-athlete availability. Backing something up. Just a reminder real quick to silence your cell phone. Thank you. We're joined now by Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo and student athletes Cassius Winston and Matt McQuaid. Spartan locker room is now open. We'll ask Coach Izzo to make an opening statement, please, and then we'll take questions first for the student athletes. Coach.
Well, first of all, I want to give a lot of credit to Texas Tech. On our national championship rings, there's a TPW, players play, tough players win, and very seldom in my career have we kind of got outbeat up. And tonight was one of those nights, you know. I was concerned about the turnovers. I thought we could hurt him inside, put a lot of pressure on Cassius. I mean, they played really good defense. I didn't think we played very good offense, and I think that falls on my shoulders, not theirs. We just kind of got stagnant and didn't move things. I thought it really hurt us in the first half when Aaron Henry and Nick Ward, we planned on punching it in, and they both got in foul trouble, and that kind of really, really hurt us. We gave up some defensive things, but it doesn't diminish on the incredible season these guys have had, and probably in a day I'll be able to sit back and look at the incredible journey and the incredible run. It's just disappointing in some way, but it's I've heard Chris talk about how he built his team, and I guess somewhere there's a compliment to us that he kind of believes in the same philosophy, which I think is true for any sport. We always talk about defense wins championships. We didn't defend so bad until the last, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then we kind of fell apart. So, incredible run. Hats off to a very, very good Texas Tech team and very well coached. And they hurt us tonight and deserve to win the game.
Questions for the Michigan State student athletes. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Questions for Cassius or Matt, please raise your hand. Left of the aisle up front.
Hondo Carpenter, Spartan Nation. Matt, for you as a senior, there's been times in that locker room after the end of a season where there was blood left in the turnip, but you guys gave everything you have. Is there comfort in knowing this team literally left it all on the court?
Yeah, a little. I mean, we wanted to win. We wanted to win a championship. That was our goal, and we just didn't shoot good. Texas Tech played really good, and we just couldn't get the win.
Just a quick reminder: you're not permitted to shoot cell phone video in here. Thank you. To the right of the aisle.
Cassius over here. They seem to make you never really got comfortable today. What were they doing that made you not be able to get comfortable tonight?
They did a good job of, full rotating. They switched really well, made it hard to get into the post and things like that. Kept you on the sideline. So their defense is really, really good. Forces you in some tough situations to make plays.
Up front to the right, front row.
Cassius, Jim Comparoni, SpartanMag.com. You looked at their film all week. Was the defense even more difficult than you expected once you encountered it on the court, or how was it similar or different than what you saw on film?
It was right about what we expected. We were prepared. They were good at it. They got their hands on a lot of balls. We could have been a lot better though. I think part of it was us, being casual with the basketball, or not being strong enough, not executing well enough. We could have did a better job on that part, but their defense was really good also.
To the left of the aisle.
Jack Ebling, Spotlight Radio, Fox 47. Matt, you had to expend a lot of energy on defense after Aaron's second foul. Can Can you talk about that and how it affected your offense? Was it a cramp? And what you saw in that last three from the wing?
Yeah, I mean, there's no really excuse for being tired in this game. You know, it's the Final Four. I mean, Coach always says, like, play like there's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow now, you know. I can't be using tired as an excuse, you know. I mean, I cramped up a little, but I feel like I got back in there and was good. Yeah, I mean, we just lost.
All the way to the back, to the right of the aisle. Please raise your hand.
Hey guys, Zach Griffith, Sports Capital Journalism. I was wondering what you guys tried to do differently once Texas Tech lost Tariq Owens.
Matt first, please, then Cassius.
I mean, he's a really good shot blocker. We try to go inside more and just keep attacking, but you know, we didn't change a lot. We just kept to our game.
And Cassius.
Yeah, we stuck to our game plan. We were allowed to help a little bit more on defense because, you know, of the lobs and things. So we still try to go in aside, you know, wear them down a little bit more in there.
Midway up to the left of the aisle. Other side. Did you have a question? If you have a question for the student athletes, please raise your hand. Let's go back up front to the right side.
Matt McQuaid at JimComparoni-SpartanMag.com. When you checked out of the game, Izzo had a few words for you. What kind of things did he say, if you don't mind me asking, as those final seconds were counting down, and any additional words he had for you and since then?
Jim, that was for who? Which one? For? Go ahead, Matt.
He just hugged me and just said, I'm sorry. Then I told him I'm sorry, and you just hugged, you know. I got a special relationship with Coach. You know, I mean, one thing I'm going to miss the most is, you know, when I get done working out during the day, just going up, like, before class or after class, I come work out at the Brez, and I go up to his office and talk to him for like 5 minutes, and we just talk about family or what I need to get better at, and we go over stats or film or something, and I love Coach, and he's done so much for me and helped me so much. And I know he's got my back, and I got his back for the rest of our life.
Is there a final question for Matt or Cassius? If you have one, please raise your hand. With that, we'd like to thank Matt and Cassius for coming down to the main interview room. They're going to head back to the Michigan State locker room, which should be open for a few more minutes. Questions for Coach Izzo. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand. Let's start in the center of the room.
Coach Lucas Weiss, last word on sports. When you hear Matt just mention those kind words about you, what does that make you feel?
Oh, I think any coach, you know, the relationships they have, you know, their years last 4, but the relationships hopefully last 20, 30, or 40. And Matt will play some basketball yet. He's got a couple opportunities and some things. And kid gave me everything. Like I said, I coined the phrase with him and Josh Langford. Some kids like it, some kids love it, and some kids live it. He's a guy that lived it, you know. And the sad part is he got that cramp came right on that three-point shot on the wing and airballed it. And, you know, but he still wanted to get back in there, and we needed him in there. Whoever asked the question, it was true. I mean, he had to switch off on both those guys, Mooney and for a while, and then of course Culver, because with Aaron out of there, it was a problem in that first half, and I thought he did a hell of a job. You know, we had some problems with our bigs on the ball screens, and Matt was left by himself a few times, so. He'll go down as one of the all-time great guys and hardest workers that I've ever coached.
Coach, we'll move to the back of the room, to the left of the aisle.
Tom, just wondering, at what point in that game did you feel like you were going to have a lot of trouble with this Texas Tech team?
It was early. I didn't like the fact that I didn't think we posted him up like I wanted to. I thought we could go inside and give him credit. Ozzy, I think it is. He played him more minutes than he's been playing lately. He's been playing a smaller lineup, but it was the subs that hurt us. our subs hurt us a little defensively, and their subs hurt us a little bit offensively. But, I was concerned early. In fact, to be honest with you, I was ecstatic at halftime. I said, we're 2 down the way we played. I thought we had 7 turnovers. We gave them the ball a couple times, meaning they just took it from us. We didn't shoot it very well, but they didn't shoot it very well either. I thought we had a real chance at halftime, but I was worried early in the game. It just didn't seem like we had what it takes to compete against a team like that, which, is a little disappointing. But then again, what you got to understand about that team, too, I think they have 4 grad seniors, and that's a tough, rugged team. And Chris did an unbelievable job with them, putting them together. I really like his team.
If you have a question for Coach Izzo, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone attendant in your direction. One more in the back, left of the aisle.
Tom, you're always a representative of your league in the Big Ten, and I'm just curious, how would you respond to folks who, have comments about the league now that the drought for the titles going on 20 years next season?
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. I don't think it's fair. Like I think throughout this year, I think our league, top to bottom, was the best. But I'm going to be prejudiced to our league. Somebody else will be prejudiced to theirs. But the Big Ten, you look at some things. Like I said, we played 24 conference games this year. We played 20 against in a regular season than most of any conference playing. We play in front of the most people, and we didn't get it done. And I feel like I'm part of that issue. So. I'll put on my big boy pants and say, yeah, you've been here 8 times, you've won 1, so that's part of the problem. But I'm going to keep knocking on the door. One of these days it's going to open. And I also think that for our league, Matt Painter was an eyelash away. I thought Mike Krzyzewski said it well. Everybody wants everybody to change what they do. If 1 free throw goes in or 1 free throw goes out, you look at Virginia, and I'm really happy for Tony, one of the all-time great guys. Actually happier for his dad. I hope he gets to the games. But he just won 2 games that were almost miracle wins, and I heard John Calipari say it. He lost one to Kansas on a bizarre shot, and he lost one the other night when he had a lead. So I look at the tournament is what it's all about. I understand that. But if you ask me, it's like winning the Big Ten tournament championship. I put a lot more into the 20 games. I put a lot more into how the season went. One of these days, we got enough teams knocking on the door. We're going to find a way to win one. And I was hoping to do that for Jim Delaney before he gets out. So maybe we got one more chance.
Center of the room, Coach.
Coach Barry Hine, KNSI Sports. A little over 2 minutes to go. It looked like you'd recapture the momentum. You'd been down double digits. You cut it to 1. And then there was a timeout. I think it was back up to 3 at that point. But it looked like you had the momentum in your favor. What do you talk about in that timeout, and how were they able to recapture the momentum back?
Well, it was that we got to get it on the defensive end, and we gave up a couple of ball screen-ish plays that, God, we just never done. The guys we had in there, we gave up a couple of plays, and they made some great shots. And I thought Aaron Henry, our whole thing tonight was take no more than 2 dribbles in there. They collapse so well and kick out. And we just didn't we didn't do a very good job of that. But Aaron Henry, my freshman, on that last play, kicked that one to Matt McQuaid. And he had a wide open shot, and it just didn't fall, and that's the nature of basketball. But I talked more about we got to be solid on the defensive end. We look like we're fatiguing. And hey, give them some credit on that, too. Culver hit 1, but, God, Mooney hit 2 shots that were, one with a guy right in his face, and one, I don't know, shot it from right over here, I think. I didn't even get to see it. It was so far out. And that's how you win games. You make plays. And they made some plays. We didn't make some plays. We missed some shots. Hurt to have McQuaid out of there, even for a couple minutes. But they earned it. They deserved it. Give my guys credit. We didn't quit, and we came back. But it wasn't really a game that I felt we were ever out of. But it wasn't really a game, to answer the question, whoever asked it before, that I felt comfortable in it. Just the way, the nature they played, it was impressive.
That's all the time we have. We want to thank Coach Izzo for coming down to the main interview room, and congrats on a great season, great run through the tournament.